Hello, everybody. It's Jody Franklin, and I'm just wondering how many of you have patients who have really, really struggled to lose weight in spite of all your interventions that you've done, and in spite of the medications they're on, and even trying to lose weight with a stellar diet, and they're still having trouble. And the issue could very well be leptin resistance. And I know it's a little bit of an issue with me. I didn't even think it was, but Jen, my friend Jen Barsamian is here, and she introduced me to this line of products that she learned about from a functional medicine practitioner. And I was very skeptical at first because I'm like, weight loss pills, really? But when I found out the science behind it and that it's an all natural product, I said, well, let me look into this a little more and let me try the product before I really recommend it to anybody, because I want to make sure that it works. And I had a few pounds to lose for sure. So I went ahead and started the product, and Jen told me, well, the second month it really kicks in. And I'm like, okay, this isn't working. This isn't working. Month two, I am down 4.5 pounds, and I can't even believe it, because for me, weight loss is very stubborn. And I know Jen is down, is it 12 pounds now, Jen?
12 pounds. And I have a lot more to lose than you, Jody, and that, we always see that the people with more weight to lose a little bit more upfront. Obviously, right? It's going to go probably faster for me. We may reach our goals closer to the same time because I have so much to take off, and it will definitely move slower for you. And that's great. You're healthier, you're in better shape. Like it's a good thing. It's a good problem.
Yeah. And well, what's good is that I actually am fitting in the skinny jeans, which is amazing to me, because I'm like, should I get rid of these? Am I ever going to fit into these again? So it feels really good. And what it does is it overtly addresses leptin resistance. And leptin can be measured in blood. So you all can take those levels, obviously, with your patients. And it also raises adiponectin, which Jen can speak to as well, so that you're not hungry anymore and your percentage of body fat actually goes down. Your muscle stays intact and your body fat goes down. And what it does is, actually in clinical trials, they did double-blind placebo trials, and the control group lost 50% more weight than the placebo group when they were both groups were dieting. Now, they were doing further studies that are going on right now at University of Connecticut on this product, and they're finding that combined with diet and exercise, the control group lost 90% more weight than the placebo group. And I'm like, holy smokes, this is crazy. So the product is a natural product, and it is a proprietary blend of some peptides, fatty acids, and some fiber. And so you take 2 capsules before your meal, before the 2 biggest meals of the day. And people who don't have a lot of weight maybe only need 1 capsule. You take that and it fills you up and you honestly do not feel as hungry. And I'm one of those people who I exercise pretty regularly, and I do get very hungry, and I tend to eat a little more than I should. And I think it's just a little excess calories that I'm doing. But by using this product, I'm just not hungry after dinner. I don't like grab a few extra handfuls or go for seconds or anything like that. I'm full. So Jen, tell me about your experience with it, because she has worked with a lot of people that are on this supplement. And I know you found out about it through a doctor who's using it on her patients. She has 200 patients on her trial with this, and all of them are losing weight, which is like incredible to me, because I'm like, no product works on everybody. But tell us a little bit about your experience with this.
Yeah, there's a doctor that I've been following on social media for years, and we keep running into each other in different circles. We both have an autism recovery journey story. So I've been in functional medicine, not as a practitioner, as a client of all you wonderful people for 21 years, since my son was diagnosed with autism, and she has the same story. So I've been watching her, and one day she was on Instagram doing a live, and she was talking about how our fat cells are an endocrine organ, and our fat creates hormones that impact how our body functions, right? So we're creating estrogen, we're creating leptin. Our fat is responsible for creating all this excess leptin, and what happens over time. And you all know this, but to me, this was shocking to think that my fat is the reason that I'm fat. It creates all these leptin signals that go to the brain, and the brain becomes resistant because leptin's supposed to signal to your brain to eat less and release fat, right? Like, okay, we've had enough now. We can start to metabolize what's on us and we can adjust our appetite. When we keep getting these signals repeatedly, our brain becomes resistant, and leptin resistance is now our brain telling our body to eat more, store fat. And I heard that and I was shocked. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've got this big belly. And I always thought, I look okay in clothes. Like, I know there's a risk factor, and it's a big risk factor. Carrying extra weight is a huge risk factor for cancer, for obviously obesity, you know, because it perpetuates, right? So you're going to get bigger. Um, and it's, oh my gosh, autoimmune, diabetes, cardiac issues, right? All tied to weight. And she was talking about this supplement that's going to lower leptin and raise adiponectin, and all of my red lights go off. Supplement bad, weight loss supplement bad, don't, no, fire, right? Because you think about it's a stimulant or it's doing something to your metabolism, and then you're going to have the yo-yo effect. So I, you know, kind of took it with a grain of salt, but I kept listening. And it took me a couple of months because, as somebody who is a big fan of functional medicine, of testing, right, of proper supplementation, and I think I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I probably know the methylation pathway better than anyone on the planet because of my son's issues. So how's this going to affect detox? And when you lose fat, your toxins are stored in your fat cells, right? So there's all these components that go into fat loss, and my red flags were all up. So I started to watch, I started to listen, pay a little bit more attention. It took me about 3 months before I actually purchased the supplement and started taking it. And it was, what did it for me was the clinical trials out of the Human Potential Lab at the University of Connecticut. Doctors Bolick and Finney are very known in the keto space. They're famous. And I'm like, well, if they put this study out and they're behind it, you know, so I started to take it. And I saw nothing for maybe, you know, 3-4 days. And I thought, what is this? And then my face started to shrink and I started to feel better. It's super anti-inflammatory. So one of the first impacts that you're probably going to see as your adiponectin is raised is the anti-inflammatory benefit. So for me, it was less brain fog. I felt sharper. I felt quicker. My mental clarity was like on point. Then it started to trickle into sleep, because leptin, right, tied to your circadian rhythm, tied to your sleep patterns. So I was sleeping better. Then I started to notice, and we do body scans. There's an app called the Me360 app. It's online. Some people do DEXA scans. I don't have access to that. So I'm doing this Me360 app. It's not affiliated with the company that's putting this product out. It's just something you can get on the App Store. And every week I scan myself. So I just did my weekly post today. And my name on social media is Jen Barsamian. And I think you can see it right in the corner there. If you go to my page, you can see the post that I did explaining the weekly scans and what I do and how this is working for me. So I'm down 2 sizes. My weight hasn't, you know, I have a significant amount of weight to lose still. I've only dropped 12 pounds, but that's, you know, for somebody like me who the scale has not budged in years, that's pretty significant. I'm down almost 20 inches, and the pant size is incredible. So I was shopping, and you know, this is your clients. I am your client. I am that person, right, that can't drop weight, that is carb addicted, that is not sleeping well at night, that is suffering from inflammation and back pains, which are all gone, by the way, no back pains anymore. I was shopping for clothes with my daughter, and I headed over to the plus section, as I do, because that's where I shop. And my daughter's looking me up and down, and she said, you know what, Mom, I think you need to stay here with me. And she grabbed me some pants in a size 14. I've been at 18 for years, and they slipped right on. And I'm thinking, what is this voodoo pill? But it really is lowering the leptin, raising the adiponectin, and all the anti-inflammatory benefits. Did I mention the cardiac patent yet?
You didn't mention that, but I just
Okay.
want to chime in before you go into
Yeah.
that. that my mental clarity has been very good lately. And I'm one of those that gets in and out of that with some of the health issues I've had in the past. And I didn't really correlate it with the leptin lowering piece of this. So that's really interesting to me. I've noticed that I've had a good mental clarity lately. But anyway, tell us about the cardiac research and what they're doing with that. And what happened. Well, first of all, tell them what happened with your blood pressure.
Yeah.
And
So-
you've lost weight in the past and not had this result,
and
right?
not had the result. So I've lost in the past about 25, 30 pounds, and the blood pressure never went down because, typically you would think you lose weight, your blood pressure can go down. For me, it's just been a battle. And so my blood pressure had reached the point of stage 2 hypertension, I'm embarrassed to say. And I was going to go on medication. And as a functional, holistic, natural person, that was driving me up a wall that I was going to have to go on blood pressure meds. So there is a cardiac patent on this supplement where I started with what I was 150 over 100, which is
For blood pressure, right?
I shouldn't have let it go that high. I'm embarrassed to say, but yeah. And then about 5 weeks in taking the supplement, it was 117 over 77. And I should probably take it again now that I've been on for a couple of weeks and I've been increasing my movement because you feel better and you feel like moving, you feel like exercising. And that's a lot of the feedback that we're getting too. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm going for walks, I'm going to the gym, because you really do I feel like I felt in my 20s when I just had
That's
all
great.
that, you know what I mean? Like all that energy, but it is getting your hormones back into the correct cycle and the correct rhythm. And hormones are, you all know this, they're such sensitive chemical signaling messengers and they're all intertwined, right? So it's your cortisol and your melatonin and your leptin and your estrogen. I mean, all of them, they all talk. So once some are getting better, the other ones are following along. I suppose you all know better than me. But the animal studies are on things like cardiac benefits and gut health benefits too, because of the non-fermentable fiber. So people are having healthier, bowel movements and stuff like that, like good gut health as well. But we can't legally claim any of those benefits. We can only claim what comes out of the clinical trial on humans, not on the animals. So they're working on additional human clinical trials for things like the blood pressure and the gut health. But again, as Jody stated, that came out of the clinical trial, you lose 90% more fat than diet and exercise alone. And that's our legal claim that we can make.
And let me just say this, I, just started talking about it because, excuse me, it's starting to work for me, which is great. And I cannot believe the number of people interested in this supplement. In fact, is back ordered right now. But if you are interested, I'm going to have Terry put the link below to the supplement and where to get it. And what you want to do is, if you decide to do it, you want to do it as a member. And the reason is you sign up as a member, not just as a customer if you want to try it yourself, because it's a $50 for the membership, but then you get a link to share with your patients. And so, or your friends or family or whoever, you can put it on social media, whatever, and it'll pay for the supplements itself. Now, the best part about this supplement is that there's a 60-day money back guarantee. If it doesn't work for your patients or clients or even on yourself, you can return for a full refund. So buy the 2 bottles and you'll get them. I believe it's back ordered. You'll probably get it around the beginning of March, probably, or the end of February, somewhere in that range right now. But start using it and you can share the link with your patients. You can share any information, this great information from the doctors that are in this behind this that they give you to distribute. You can do weight loss groups if you want. I've had some people I've told about this. They're doing like an 8-week weight loss jumpstart program, including the supplement. So there's so many things you can do with it. But if you just post about it, I cannot believe the level of interest I've had, honestly. And the compensation plan is fantastic. Like I already have earned 2 bonuses, a couple $1,000, plus the commission on the things that I'm selling. Plus you get paid on your team, and you guys joining through me would be part of my team, and our team is doing the best anywhere in the company. So it's a chance to earn a lot of money too, as an adjunct to your business. And you're getting in early. So I feel like this is my retirement.
The
You know,
doctors love this. So we
Mhm.
do have a lot of doctors, a lot of practitioners on our team specifically because of who I think Jody and I work with and who we attract. And the income is phenomenal. But what means the most to me, and I love making an income, don't get me wrong, people call me in tears of gratitude. And it has been like I'm going to tear up now, but it has been so rewarding to be able to share this with people and to have them be so happy and so thankful because it's something that we've been, a lot of us struggling with for a long time.
Yeah, I'm really glad you mentioned that. I want you to also mention that you had done what's that Ozempic, or is
Oh,
it semaglutide?
semaglutide.
Now,
Oh,
some of your patients may be on this for diabetes, obviously. But Jen, a lot of people are going on it for weight loss, and there's horrible side effects with this drug. Tell us your experience, compare and contrast the two experiences.
well, I was just in New York City and I was walking through Times Square and I turned to my daughter and I said, the last time I was here, I almost had a horrible bathroom accident right in the middle of Times Square in the summer because of the semaglutide. It was so disruptive to my GI system, and I would have just explosive diarrhea or extreme constipation. And where I ended up with semaglutide was I did lose probably like 8 to 10 pounds on it, and I quit. I quit because of the illness. I was nauseous. It was just real bad for my GI system. And then for me, um, I was in some of the semaglutide groups on Facebook, and there were reports of thyroid cancer almost every week. Somebody was coming on and saying they had been diagnosed with thyroid cancer. Now, I know, and you know, that thyroid cancer is rampant right now in our society because of our modern lifestyle, GMOs, all the toxins, the personal care products, the makeup, the lipstick, the nail polish, right? We know that thyroid cancer is like up there, endocrine disruption, etc. But it was just a little too uncomfortable for me to keep reading that and to know that it was a known side effect of semaglutide. And then, of course, I believe there's a pancreatic cancer risk as well. And so I thought, you know what, I'd rather just be fat. And I didn't understand the true dangers of carrying that fat, or maybe I would have pushed through on the semaglutide. But now that I really understand it and I have a better option, I'm working through that. Now, that being said, there are doctors who have people on both. They're taking semaglutide and they're taking Zenith. And it's working really well for them. And people who are on Weight Watchers are doing very well. There's some diet program, Optavia, I think it is, which I don't know if it's the best ingredients. I'm not recommending that, but people who are doing both are having great results. This works really well when paired with diet and moderate exercise, a healthy lifestyle, good hydration. Will it still work if you're eating junk food? Yeah, it does seem to work. However, you're going to have much better success and be a much healthier human, right, if you're doing it the right way.
And that's where you all come in helping them, guide them through the healthier choices and what to do, and crowding out the bad choices so that they feel set up for success with this. And I'm going to share your results, Jen, if that's
Oh
okay
gosh.
with you. I know
And
it's going to
I
be
will
there.
say too, when you don't have cravings, because that's what happens over time at like week 4 or 5, your cravings are gone. So if you're not craving, you don't want to eat the cookies and the Doritos and the chips and all the things, right? It's very easy for me now to have 3 healthy meals a day. I don't snack. And I stop eating really early at night now. So, like 6 p.m. is the latest I'll eat. And then I go to bed at like 9 or 10. I sleep beautifully through the night. I feel like my whole rhythm is just kind of back on track. So, you can see I still have a long way to go. My stomach is still large, but 5.6% body fat down, 1.2 inches in my chest, 4.8 in my stomach, 4.0 in my waist. And it really targets the visceral fat. So that's why you see the stomach and the waist going down, because I am apple shaped, as you can see from my first scan. And it targets that visceral fat first.
Yeah, that's super impressive, Jen. That's great. And I love that. I feel like I haven't lost any muscle with it, because that's usually the first thing to go when I do a fast every once in a while, and you definitely lose muscle. But I have a scale that measures it, and I have not lost muscle. I'm just losing fat, which is just amazing. And it's all around my middle, which is where I tend to store it. So it's great.
And Jody, I'm up muscle, 2.8 pounds of muscle
Good
mass.
for
I've
you. That's
increased.
fantastic.
And I'm not doing a lot of weightlifting. It's really it's the adiponectin. So
Right.
it will raise your adiponectin. I believe in the clinical study, it was 120%
Holy
adiponectin.
smokes. I did
I
not know that.
know it's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
That's great. And so you can maintain your muscle mass, which is really hard to do. So you're losing. So Jen, you've probably lost a lot more fat than the scale's
Right.
reflecting. Yeah.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Because the
Exactly.
muscle's more dense than the fat.
Yep.
So anyway, I just thought I'd tell you all about this. Jen uses the Me 360 app. If any of you are interested in that, that's the app she used. So use it and take before pictures. You might be horrified. I wish I had done that, because I didn't do that, because I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to share that. But I definitely have lost some weight with it. And so let me know if you have any questions. You all are free to message me about it, and I'm happy to answer questions. As a short video I can send you about the product, and my link is in the comments below this video. Appreciate if we would use my link, because our group is the fastest growing. You're going to get higher bonuses. Don't just Google it and sign up. Use my link, because we have the best training. We are the fastest growing group, and Jen is a master with this. She's
I've
did some
taken all
direct
the
selling.
classes in how to run these types of businesses, and it's so nice to have this unique product to represent that you can't get anywhere else. There's nothing like it available, and they're coming out with more products too, but they're all going to be very revolutionary, patented formulas, things that you can't get anywhere else. And it's run by a bunch of functional medicine people, either practitioners or big fans. So everything is going to be clean, natural, non-GMO, as healthy as it can possibly be.
Yeah, that's really important when it comes to supplement choices. But I know people are so interested in weight loss. I mean, I have another product line that I sell in my practice, and it's hard because it's like a lot of explanation of toxins and products and things like that, which I'm a big fan of. This, you don't have to explain. People get it. And so many people are interested in losing weight, especially after the new year. So it's a super easy sell. I cannot believe just mentioning it, how many sales I've gotten from this and how many people are interested in this. So give it a shot. It's worth it. You can always return the product if you don't like it. Let me know if you have any questions. But Jen, thank you so much for coming on today. It's
Oh,
really
thanks.
helpful, and keep up the great work. By the way, her husbands and son are on the product too. And how much weight has Paul lost?
Paul, you know what? I FaceTimed him with, because I'm traveling. I'm in a hotel room in Pittsburgh, but I FaceTimed with him last night, and his little face, it just looks so teeny now. So I forgot to ask him, but the last I knew, he was down 12 pounds in probably like 6 or 7 weeks. It's not a really fat. I feel like it's a healthy fat loss. It's like under 2 pounds a week for
Mhm.
most people.
That's
And
what you
then
want
my
to do.
son is the one he had been diagnosed with autism, and we worked for years and years and years to recover him, to recover his gut, to detox him, chelate him, all the things, right? And he still has issues with inflammation. So for him, it's been helping, on a weight loss. And he's not very big. He's a runner and he works out and stuff. So he's got a little bit of a belly. It's been helping there. But for him, it's the mental clarity, because a lot of autism, there's a component of neurological inflammation. So this has been wonderful for his mental health, reducing the inflammation.
Wow, that's fantastic. All right. Well, everybody have a great day and take care. And hopefully I'll speak to you soon about this product. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Jody.